I'm convinced that despite the man having a sword made of plasma, the coolest thing about Hayato is his command grab. Executed with back forward and 2 punches, Hayato elbows his opponent into the sky where he can follow up for a combo. The best part? With or without meter, you're looking at seriously big damage. A simple meterless follow-up does nearly half life. And add a bit of meter? Baby, you got a stew going. So why don't we see this move more often? Well, it doesn't start up all that fast, has no range, has a long whiff animation, and in a game where people hold up back instead of down back, honestly, landing it can be mighty tough. Now, Hayato does have a few shenanigans up his sleeve to make this easier to land, but really, it's a high-risk option for a character that gets by just fine with his good long-range buttons. But I believe that Hayato's meant to be played like a degenerate grappler. That's where Marrow comes in. Specifically, Marrow's Bonemerang assist lets us gimmick our way to Grappler heaven. It's a 3-hit projectile that displaces the enemy depending on how it hits. The real sauce comes from hitting airborne opponents, who will bounce up to 3 times and will land differently depending on how they bounce. The displacement effect is faster and even more extreme if they're blocking, which can be super tricky for the uninitiated. Unfortunately, Bonemerang doesn't hit crouchers, which is a huge problem, and it doesn't hit if you're kissing in the corner, which feels like a massive oversight. Just why? But let's focus on the positives. Here's how Marrow can help Hayato unleash his inner Zangief. Super simple stuff first. You can hide his grab behind a Bonemerang. You can also force some weird flip-out side switch situations with his Plasma Series auto combos. What's cool here is you control which side they land on depending on when you call Marrow. So not only do they need to worry about the command grab, but also a left-right mix-up. Real talk though, most of these setups fall apart versus crouchers, which sucks. But we're not playing high tiers here. If you're looking to reset into command grab, you'll need combos that lift your opponent into the Bonemerang. Case in point, watch what happens to Cable here after he gets launched. You can fake a heavy punch to spook him into blocking then cancel into command grab, or switch sides with forward heavy punch. Heck, after launch you can go for a late jumping heavy and either dash up command grab or go for guaranteed damage. And honestly, Hayato and Marrow's supers play pretty well together with solid damage and corner carry if you decide DHC. So, you landed the command grab. What next? What about second command grab? This is where Hayato and Marrow really shine. Look at how nasty this setup is. Command grab, Bonemerang, force a weird flip out, command grab again for huge damage. Now, here's the setup from the previous combo. Gnarly, right? But with just a few tweaks to timing, spacing, and buttons, we can land in front and grab them again. There's just so much Hayato and Marrow can do after a command grab, and you only need to make small adjustments to keep the mix fresh. Force a block and catch them by surprise. Whiff while they're worried about the Bonemerang. You can finally use Hayato's dashing heavy punch in its follow-up for something. You can cross under, heck you could probably double cross under. The sky's the limit. The setups I've recorded here are just a few examples of what's possible with this dynamic duo. And I love the fact that a feral mutant murder gremlin can help Hayato grapple foes into oblivion. Marrow really does unlock a cool new play pattern for Hayato, and as a fan of command grabs, I'm here for it. And while this team won't redefine the meta, it does show off some underexplored and unexpected synergy that could steal you a few wins. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, feed my ego by liking, subscribing, or becoming a channel member. Shoutouts to Avler, Mocha357, and Joseph Gibbs for the support, and I'll talk to y'all later.